super. Come on. I was young and I lost a bet to Thor.
We're back again.
Yeah,
We're back again, bro.
we are. We're here. We're working.
We are.
This isn't really work. It's not work.
It's not. But you woke me up.
Did I really?
Out of my. No, honestly, I didn't. And you know what? That's probably why I'm crabby. Because I didn't go to sleep. I didn't go to sleep at all. I didn't go to sleep after work. When I signed off of work, I think I played the game. I did a couple chores. I don't think she'd probably laugh. I didn't do no chores probably, right? I think I just played the game and did some other shit. But and then went straight in, was just up.
You should have taken a nap.
I know I should have. And so my sleep schedule was all off. So that's probably another reason why I'm a little cranky pants. But yeah, we're back after our first reaction. Is trending actually it's doing pretty well right now from what we're used to getting as of right now. We're just starting out. But so thank you for watching. Make sure you like it. So just slide over, press the button. I'm not going to ask you to smash the button. Just press it ever so gently. Maybe touch the bell if you've already subscribed. That way you get notified when the shows drop. And we truly appreciate it. It's free to do, obviously. So thank you. We appreciate that.
A little bit of thumb exercise.
Listening. A little thumb exercise. That's all. Press one more button.
That's all we're asking for. Yeah.
One more little button for you, boy. But yeah, jump to hyperspace. We're back. Co-pilot Jake, the other co-pilot me, and he's lifting off right now as we speak. All right. So you were talking a little pre-production. You're a little excited about this multiverse. Now,
I'm super excited about this multiverse. How can you not be?
Break your boy off a little knowledge about this. What's up?
About the multiverse, or just about?
Yeah, because
what do you?
Once they get to talking about like traveling back in time, and I'll tell you what,
mm-hmm.
in Endgame, when the Ancient One was explaining it to Hulk, kinda. Even then, I was a little like, And then when they were like going, and then when Steve went back and like put the things back, like I get it, but I just don't. I feel like I don't have a good grasp on everything it pertains to, I guess, or how critical something like this can be for the MCU. So, what's up, man?
So the multiverse, I mean, it's just that the multiverse is just basically a way that writers and we can just have an excuse to have multiple versions of multiple heroes.
Okay.
Like in the Marvel comics, the prime Earth is Earth 616. And that's out of an infinite number of Earths. But the Marvel comics that you are primarily reading is Earth 616. And then when you have other variations of other characters, you're reading from other Earths. Like the MCU Earth is Earth 199999.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so we're getting, so it's different characters and it's different variations of different stories.
See, the thing about that though for me is like I'm such a fan of lore.
Mm-hmm.
And so when there's different types of lores and different starting and ending points, I think that's like for different characters, I think that's the shit that honestly I really don't like.
So that's okay. So this really what it is like the multiverse is kind of this is where we can kind of have an excuse of fan service. So like again for like people like you or just kind of the casual people who are like, well, why are we getting so many Spider-Mans? Well, why are we getting so many Batman?
It's already hard enough
to
follow up and stay on top of the ones that we have.
So really what it was that it was just a comic book way of saying, and not even a comic book way. I mean, there's quantum theories to multiverses just in real life too. And so what that is that it's just that there's just it's the idea of that there's multiple versions of yourself, essentially living out either the same life or a different iteration of your life as you. You know, so it's like
Like,
oh yeah, there's all kinds of theories. There's
like that?
I believe in the multiverse. There's a theory that I don't know whose theory it is, but there's a theory about deja vu. And
Ooh, talk to me, because I get that shit all the time.
How deja vu is
what
essentially.
Do you do to psych yourself out? Do you hold on before you go further? Do you, when you have deja vu, what do you do? Do you let it ride?
Inwardly, yes.
Or do you like out of it?
No, outwardly I let it ride, but inwardly I'm like, okay, I know I've been here before. This is deja vu.
I smack myself.
Really?
Christina thinks it's the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
She'll be like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "What?"
Yeah, so like, so like, there's like a theory that like deja vu is basically like a cross connection between yourself and a parallel timeline version of yourself. Because if you think about in the fact that like time is a continuous loop, then we've all lived this life before. We've done this before. As one continuous loop in infinite time. Like if you know what I mean?
Yeah, but didn't Neil deGrasse Tyson just come out and answer somebody's question about the beginning of time?
I have no idea.
Actually has like a beginning. Okay.
I don't know.
I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You be careful. What are you about to say about?
Nothing. We'll leave that alone. I like him. I respect him, but goddamn, dude, sometimes just shut the fuck up. Like we.
Shut the fuck.
And then what do? You shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Friday.
You know what I mean? Like you ever watched a movie with somebody and they just.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And they like talk through the whole fucking movie and ruin it for you. And like tell you how unrealistic everything is. And it's like, yeah, bro, it's called movie magic. Shut the fuck up and watch it. That's Neil deGrasse Tyson. He does, bro, he will put out tweets that will just straight ruin movies. Like I remember like when they were talking about when the new Star Wars trilogy rolled out. He put out a series of tweets that like wrecked the whole fucking movie because he was like fucking with the whole space logic. It's like, bro, it took place in a galaxy far, far away. It's a fucking fantasy story. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Friday.
And like his big thing was that he hates the little droid because balls.
Oh, the way
because
they spin.
You can't actually roll in sand. And so he has like this big gripe with the fucking droid because it just cruises through the sand. It's like, dog, it's a movie. It's a movie, man. Like they're fucking running around with lightsabers and force choking each other. Like if a droid can,
to him that's real. To him that's what happened.
Jesus Christ! But a droid can't fucking roll in this. I get it. Physics are the same everywhere, but come on, man. Like it's just ride with it. He's that obnoxious child that does that shit.
Got you.
That is my problem. I like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I don't want to watch sci-fi movies with him.
And it's like, bro,
yeah, dude, I don't want to watch movies with Neil deGrasse Tyson. Not that I ever have the opportunity to, but if I did, I never know that. But if I did, I'd have to bring a lot of weed.
I was gonna say Neil deGrasse Tyson asked you to come through. What are you saying?
Can I bring weed?
And can I bring weed?
It doesn't matter. It's can I bring weed? Because that's the only way. Because if he starts rambling and rattling, I'm gonna have to start roasting and toasting. I don't even know how we got over there. Yeah. How did we get?
I forgot. But sorry, I didn't mean to bring him up. I didn't know he was gonna fucking turn you into this guy.
Touching nerves over here.
My bad. All right.
No, you're fine. It's not really a problem.
All right, so the multiverse,
The
quantum
multiverse.
reality, I think is what you said.
Yeah.
I had
So, like,
anything about that. Okay, but go ahead.
I mean, I don't really know like the science behind it. I just know that
It's a
that there are
theory.
that there's studies, that there are theories, that we live in.
Yeah.
You know, that we're
That would
not
be
just
fucking
the
sick.
only.
And if Deja Vu was like our opening to meet our doppelganger,
Mhm.
not doppelganger, but our other version of ourselves, that would be kind of sick.
Yeah, your variant.
I wonder if there's a movie.
So yeah,
there you go. I wonder if there's a movie where you and the variant trade places. How sick would that be?
there's got to be. But
It's
that's
like a 13
so.
going on. It's like a Freaky Friday, but with
Mhm.
yourself from a different timeline. That'd be
Yeah,
sick
so
as shit.
there's probably some Black Mirror shit on that. I haven't. That show.
Ooh.
I come and go with that show because sometimes it psychologically fucks me, and I have to walk away.
Yep. I like Black Mirror too. I've only seen I think maybe one season, and then the actual movie, the interactive movie,
Hmm.
where you can make the decisions and shit to do
Yeah.
stuff. That one was pretty sick. It was about the
Excuse
game,
me.
the video game.
Yeah, the video game programmer.
Yeah, what was that game? Do you remember? It's like an actual book.
I don't remember the game. I just remember it was the dude from We're the Millers.
Yep. Good call. Good fucking call.
But
But yeah, multiverse. Boom.
so basically we're gonna be able to just it's basically just the excuse to justify the multiple versions of multiple characters.
Okay. I'm with that.
I don't know if this is when it happened with comics, or when it happened with if this is. But I remember the switch for me, and I wasn't even old enough. I wasn't even actually around when it happened. But when DC did their Crisis on Infinite Earths, it was basically because they had a whole shitload of different versions of different, because they had all different writers. And so they had all these different versions of Batman, and all these different versions of Superman and Wonder Woman and Aquaman and the Flash. And so Crisis on Infinite Earths basically turned all of that into like a multiverse kind of a situation with Darkseid, and it resets the whole timeline into one. So that's where you get the so then there's like one true, so then like there's Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3.
Sacred timeline.
Yeah. So then so then you get DC's like sacred timeline, and all these other characters and versions of, oh well, he's from Earth 852, and he's from Earth, so that's kind of how that's how they're gonna do it in the new Flash movie coming up too, because we're gonna get both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. So they're both Bruce Wayne, they're both Batman, they both had the same base story. Their parents were killed in an alley.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just different versions of each other from different universes. So that's how, like in Spider-Man No Way Home, we're gonna get like we're gonna get Alfred Molina's Doc Ock and Jamie Foxx's Electrode. They're from different movies, but because now Loki's fucked with the timeline and Wanda's out here creating alternate realities, it's gonna warp and create wormholes, and we're gonna get exposed to other characters from other movies because they're from the other universes.
Got you.
So that's kind of where. So that's
the sacred timeline that it allows for all of this other.
And it just and like the multiverse idea just gives us an excuse. Really, it gives Marvel, DC, and whoever an excuse for really, really, really good fan service.
Have some fun with it.
Yeah, like it really gives you an opportunity to, because think about how fun that's going to be. Because I remember growing up and seeing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and if he shows up in Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm going to shit my pants.
Loki, I no lie, I actually was just watching number 2.
Yeah, and that Doc Ock is confirmed to be in this new Spider-Man movie as one of the villains.
Wow. Really?
So like it's just like huge fucking fan service. So I'm hoping that we get Secret Wars. Just because it seems like that's the way that they're going.
Secret Wars, man.
What other war? Well, what else could you call a multiversal war? It's got to be Secret Wars. And I mean, you're bringing in Kang the Conqueror, you're bringing in Doctor Doom, you're bringing in the Fantastic Four, you're bringing in potentially rumored alternate universe versions of Spider-Man, which they did in the anime, which they did in the cartoon.
I was gonna say
for the cartoon version of Secret Wars.
It kind of also plays on brand because of the If series that they're gonna come out with.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of on brand with what seems like what they're looking forward to doing.
Exactly.
This Phase 4 time. So yeah, that'd be super dope. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm excited anytime Marvel drops something new, because just again, like you said, fan service. So
right, you'll get
the Secret Wars, huh? And you finished all of Secret Wars. How close do you want them to stay to the comics? In what year was that? Let me check it. Like 1960s.
Shit, that was like that.
I'm gonna look.
No, 50s. Secret Wars was the 80s.
80s? Jeez, what am I talking about?
I would really just love to see it some sort of it come together as Doctor Doom against the Beyonder.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Doom against the Fantastic Four, the Avengers. That's pretty much you can do as long as you keep 60% of the characters and you make Doctor Doom the focus.
I mean, because he is really the main. Like he plays a very important role in Secret Wars. And again, I'm only read up to like number 6.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally just looking to see where I was at with it. But yeah, I was at I think I ended on 5 or 6. And you could tell he had such an important role, like in the beginning of that series, like communicating with Galactus and like trying to take on Galactus by himself.
Dude, he's everything. Nuts. He's everything in that fucking series. So, as long as you get, yeah, bro, as long as you get Doctor Doom right, I think we're okay.
Okay.
I think we're okay. That would be my thing.
Doom. We're years away from a movie like that, though, right?
Oh yeah. Years.
Yeah, we're probably a couple of years away from them mentioning Secret Wars, even.
Mm-hmm.
You think? Okay.
Yeah,
that would be sick, though. That would be sick.
I would be into it.
So I still got some time to become a pro on.
Oh yeah.
Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, we got time. We'll catch you up. Right. We got plenty of time. I also, yeah, damn. That's kind of the big takeaway that I got from this episode was that we're gonna get Secret Wars. After watching the episode multiple times, that's now. I think that's the direction they're gonna go, and God, I fucking hope they go that way.
It would be dope. You know what? I was thinking about Civil War because I've read that one as well, but I can't. My memory is so shot. Yeah, shout out to Inhibitors, but
I have no idea what's going on.
But
mind blockers.
Did they kind of did how deep did they go with in the movie with Civil Wars in the comics? They didn't. Civil War seemed a lot longer than what they gave us as just that one movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and it wasn't even about.
No, they just
Tony's
took the
dad
base of it.
dying. Okay,
No, they
yeah,
just
I was
took.
gonna say it wasn't even about
Well,
Tony's
that's
dad or Winter Soldier killing his dad or nothing.
and so I
Now that
think
about it.
right. No, it's one of those things that Marvel Comics does a really. Well, I'm sorry, not Marvel Comics. Marvel Studios, Feige and the boys. They do a really fucking good job of just taking the baseline of a comic book story and then putting their own twist on it.
Okay.
So you take Civil War, for example, and that one was more so the so the opening to Civil War is actually it's because a bunch of fucking idiots that have a TV show. It's superheroes that have their own reality TV show, and they end up getting a school blown up and like 86 kids die. And so that starts the Superhero Registration Act. Whereas this, and that starts the Superhero Registration Act, and then everybody's divided as to whether or not they're going to register as a superhero, as a mutant, as whatever. And so they take the baseline of that, and Wanda accidentally kills all those people in Lagos.
House of M. Oh, okay.
Remember, she accidentally
Yeah.
in Civil War, so she blows up the building in Lagos.
Oh, you're talking about the scene. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah.
Which then causes the Sokovian Accords.
Yeah. Yep, Sokovian Accords. Yeah.
So then, and then you have, which is basically the Superhero Registration Act.
Gotcha.
We're gonna keep you in line. We're gonna tell you when and where to go. You're gonna register as, you're gonna, everything that you basically your superpowers, your suit, everything is going to be part of the U.S. government now. So they kind of just take they do a really good job of taking that baseline and just flipping it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And kind of and making their own story to it.
No, and it's because
so,
and you know what, you actually might have made me appreciate Civil War a little bit more just now, because if you really think about it, for me, Civil War, if we're making a tier list, Civil War is not high.
Really?
Nah, let's start it at we'll go D, C, B, A, and S as a high tier. I'm putting Civil War probably at like a C, maybe a B.
Okay.
Compared to other Marvel movies.
Okay.
In the first 10 years that we got, yeah. Yep. It's not, to me, it wasn't that good.
Okay. All right.
Is that correct? Is that blasphemy?
It's not blasphemy. I know a lot of people wasn't high.
But you kind of made me appreciate it a little bit more, though, considering the way they took this, like they took the baseline of it and flipped it like that. That's actually, it's creative as hell. I like that. I like that a lot. So maybe it moves up to like from like a C to a B plus.
Yeah. Well, I know like a lot of people complained about it because they thought it should have been a fucking Avengers movie.
I mean, I think that's what people wanted, right?
Well, and the Civil War movie compared to the Civil War comic, that was fuck, dude. They used 3% of the characters from the you know what I mean? Like, because even Civil War, the comic, included all the fucking X-Men.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have done an entire phase on Civil War.
Because I remember reading Civil War and I was like, this is totally different from the movie. Like,
you could have done, they just took the baseline of the story.
See, and that's why I didn't understand it at first.
Yeah, so.
Got you. Okay.
So I do so I think for Secret Wars, I just think, yeah, man, if you do like a multiversal kind of war and you introduce the Beyonder, who is a being who I mean, he's from the beyond. He's beyond the void. So he wants to see. So, in Secret Wars in the comics, it's the Beyonder transferring these guys over because he's curious to see good versus evil, who will make the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
And so so for me, like, you have this all-powerful being who can warp realities to the way that he wants them to be. So I think that if you somehow kind of bring the Beyonder in, or even He Who Remains into the conversation of, or even if you kind of combine the two characters of the Beyonder and He Who Remains, who was the one who created, Jesus Christ, the Timekeepers, like the director of the TVA.
Yep.
So he like oversees all of it. He was one of the. So like maybe if you combine him and the Beyonder, or just somehow bring those characters together.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe you would have to do it sooner than later if you try to bring in, like multiverse characters.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, like you couldn't wait 10 years and then try to bring in Tobey Maguire because he'd be in his late 50s at that point.
True.
You can't, you know what I mean? Like you couldn't really.
Fat Spider-Man.
And not even a fat Spider-Man. It just, I mean, that could work though. Maybe an old broken Spider-Man because you could always, you know what I mean? Because you can, you know what I mean? Right, and you can always CGI the characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, it's there's a lot of different ways that they could go. I just think that as long as they stay true to the Beyonder and Doctor Doom kind of being the centerfold of that, I think that they can do magical things.
Okay.
Magical things. Also, just since we're on it and since we're supposed to be talking Loki, but now I'm geeked on. But I don't think the TVA is all that it's cracked up to be. I think they're a bit mischievous.
Really?
Yeah. Something after watching the episode a couple times, man, something doesn't feel right.
What?
Something doesn't feel right. I'm not taking a specific shot at Mobius. Okay. I'm thinking more so like, because it's all when you go back and look at the TVA office. Well, it's not even that. Like when you go back and look at the TVA, as Loki's going through it, there's a lot of like propaganda, like a lot of like neatness, tidiness, pruning, keeping one whole sacred timeline. At the end of the cartoon, it even says from the it's like from like the TVA, the time variance propaganda people. Like it like deliberately states it's like a propaganda from the higher ups. The video that you just watched. So like, it's
okay. So it's got you questioning a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's got me questioning like, well, is that the whole truth and nothing but the truth, or what are you omitting from? What are you hiding? What are you omitting from the group?
And see, I don't really know enough about the TVA to really kind of.
Well, I just think this version, we're gonna get. I think because when you go back and watch it, when Mobius runs into the little girl at the church or the little boy at the church,
yep,
and he says, "Don't worry, this devil is afraid of us." It makes me wonder, why is Loki's variant going to such great lengths to not only hide from the TVA, but decimate the TVA at the same time.
Because he's killing all the Minutemen.
Right.
This is true.
So why?
Hold on now. Is it this one variant hopping between different timelines killing people?
Yes, that's what's going on. That's what they're looking for. That's why Mobius wants.
How would that Loki? Because we don't know if it's her or him yet, right? Or it's probably her.
We're pretty sure it's a her. Yeah.
How does she get a hold? How is she hopping these timelines?
That's what we want to know. Well, and you also see somebody had a desk full of Infinity Stones.
We actually got a lot of those. Some of the guys use them as paperweights.
I mean, and so that's that. And according to according to the ancient one in Endgame, taking an Infinity Stone is what causes a branch timeline.
The Infinity Stones create what you experience as the flow of time. Remove one of the stones, and that flow splits.
So that's why all those are getting collected, because somebody somehow accidentally came across an Infinity Stone, created a branch timeline, and then were brought to the TVA, had their stone confiscated. So, like, they're all about, they're just all about keeping this one timeline. And so that's why, so she probably either has an Infinity Stone or, but that's what we're trying to figure out, is how she's getting through. And she, you know what I mean? So she's, and that's why he wants that Loki so bad, because he, but it kind of feels like there might be something bigger than the TVA that not even Mobius knows about, because and I'm just wondering, because there's this very interesting scene. So now they're setting this up to where he's supposed to be hunting this variant of himself.
Yep.
But there's a very interesting scene in the trailers where he is sitting with that variant, with the female variant of himself, Sophie D something, and they're like, and it looks like they're having, it doesn't look like they're fighting, it looks like they're talking, it looks like they're having some sort of conversation as the sky's falling around them.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, she's clearly doing this for a reason. She's afraid of the TVA, and she's trying not to let them reset the timeline. It's got to be, so for what complex reason is it? Maybe it's something bigger.
I got you.
That's my I don't know, man, like, just after watching it, just something doesn't feel right about the way that they go about their business. Like the whole TVA office, how it's all propaganda, and everything needs to be neat and proper, and you know what I mean? Like, it just,
rules, like, if you don't follow them, then you're obliterated.
Man got obliterated for not having a ticket.
For not having a ticket, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's,
Loki was checking, like, he was checking for his keys. He was patting everywhere, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So at the end of the video, it says, for the Time Variance Authority Narrative Commission.
Okay.
So there's literally a whole commission, a whole committee of people creating these videos to put out a narrative.
Now I'm excited for this next episode, because I want to see.
So you feel me?
Do you think we'll see her face in the next one?
Definitely. Oh, fuck yeah. They're not going to go a whole another episode of just hooded. I would fucking hope not. We're only getting 6 episodes. Remember, Don't.
This is true. God,
I don't want to give you an attitude again, but just
don't get me fucking started on that 2 episode, 6 episode bullshit.
you love it.
So dumb.
You love getting blue ball, bro.
God, I really hate it. I'm not gonna lie. Really.
Yeah. Sit back,
Falcon,
relax.
Falcon Winter Soldier kind of. Now sitting back and thinking about it, I think we're good with just that one. How it ended. I'm fine.
Yeah, you
I
good
don't
with
need
that?
more. Yeah, I'm feeling like I didn't need it.
You want the movies now? You want the movies now?
Yeah, maybe I'm just
Alright.
too excited for Loki and the upcoming movies, but yeah, I think we're good on the Falcon Winter Soldier.
Okay.
I was just thinking about that, like, because I do complain about wanting more all the time, but I think we got our.
But now you're
I
good.
think we got our need. Yeah, I think we got our meter filled there. But yeah,
Okay.
so you think we'll see her in the next episode for sure?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I'm hoping. I would like to see them team up. I really want to see that scene where they're sitting at wherever.
Yeah.
Having a conversation. I really want to see that scene with him and Black Widow because everybody thought it was Black Widow, including myself.
Everybody. I did at first. I did.
Like, damn,
Got
they got
me.
Scarlet Joe. Like, what he doing with Scarlet? Maybe he is. Maybe he rescued Scarlet for no reason.
I don't think so.
They maybe said 2 words to each other, but maybe he
Nope.
rescues her.
I don't think so.
Damn, man. They gonna leave her dead too, huh?
She did.
She did. What is she dead?
Don't make her death meaningless either, man. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Clint went through all those emotions. You can't shit on that scene by bringing her back to life. I'm sorry, you can't, man. Like,
you make a good point.
If there's ever one thing that I have ever agreed with Joss Whedon on, and we don't agree on much. We don't agree on much. But I agree about him being pissed that Marvel went ahead and revived Coulson for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He was mad about that?
He was mad about that. That's why he quit the show. Because he was originally supposed to head the show. And they were like, oh, yeah, we want to bring Coulson back to life. And he was like, no, you're out of your fucking mind. The whole reason the Avengers came together was because Coulson died. The whole reason they finally got their shit together and avenged the world was because Coulson died. Mobius even reiterates that in the show. So he was like, don't shit on my scene. Don't shit all over the apex of my movie by bringing my mans back to life with some dumb shit. And they were like, okay, yeah, we're bringing him back to life. See ya. Cut him out. 5 seasons into it, Kevin Feige comes around and he's like, yeah, by the way, that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, that's not canon. He's like, that doesn't count. He's like, that was just for funsies. Fuck you guys doing over there? Huh? Come on. But I digress because you're doing a good job either way. But just get the agents of maybe this is their way of doing some justice to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and having to be like, okay, well,
did you watch that show?
No, I gave up after he was like, this is not part of the show. It was getting kind of corny for me, anyways. But like, yeah, I was done with it. I was done with it. And then when he said it wasn't actually canon, I was like, okay, I'm out of here then. But maybe I don't know.
Did you like Agent Carter?
Yeah, I thought that should have gotten, but that had something to do with the MCU, and it had a little bit of nostalgia. It was cool seeing how S.H.I.E.L.D. was built, like a nice little history lesson.
Yeah,
I like those little, in betweeners.
We haven't finished it, but we started that too a while ago. I got ADD.
It was good.
I bounce around from a lot.
I can't. I have to binge through one whole one, and then go to the next.
And if it doesn't keep my interest in it, it's like, oh shit, it's over. You get like one chance with me. Speaking
You know,
of
it was yeah.
The Boys,
Mm-hmm.
it's getting real. It's getting real good. A-Train's a pussy. He's the worst. He's the worst superhero there is.
Bro, so
Creed.
oh my god, bro, A-Train. I hated the character,
Yeah.
but I gotta say, bro, I love to hate him. Like that, whoever was that actor doesn't deserve. Like, I don't think he gets enough credit for being such a fucking asshole. He's such a dick, bro.
I hate him. I hate him so much. When he pulled up on Huey and his dad, he's all fucking hyped up on the compound V.
Right. Oh, dude.
On his daddy. It's like, you better come here before I run through him like I ran through your little girlfriend. And I was like, nigga, you would have to die, my nigga. I'd find a way.
Oh, man. Yep.
And then they just, and he does it all for fame. A little pussy. A little pussy ass. I don't like him.
They try to turn him around and it does not work.
I've never hated a black man so much in my life. I hate that character. So stupid.
Oh shit! Too. Why? He's terrible.
I don't know. When she first stepped off the curb, and
the whole 7 is terrible.
I was like, yeah, fuck that bitch, bro. Run through that hoe. But now I'm like,
why? What did she ever do to you? Poor Huey.
No, pro-black. Do you, baby? Where you off to? Looked like he had just robbed a bank, but he didn't. He was coming from the Chinese. He was coming from the Chinese restaurant, didn't he? Oh no, the Chinese nail.
I don't know. He was getting the V. I thought he had the he had the shop. Yeah, the baggie.
Yeah, but that nigga's a bitch,
fuck,
though, bro. I hate him, man. I hate him so much. I tried.
Fucking eyes.
I just tried to be on his side, but I couldn't. I was like, this dude's trash. He said, "Oh,
he's trash."
Said, the difference about you and I, Huey, is mine was a mistake. And you're doing this on purpose. And he started crying like a little bitch. I was like, oh my God, bro. And what about Pop Claw? I was like, fuck. Nobody care about that little Buddha bitch. Nobody give a shit about that little Buddha hoe. And what about Pop Claw?
Oh man.
I was looking at the TV like, nigga, you killed her.
Right?
Your bitch ass.
You did it.
She died instantly too. He said he stuck her with heroin, but what did he stick her with? It couldn't have been heroin.
Thought it was the V.
It had to. I was gonna say it had to be the V, but he lied and said he lied to Homelander and said it was a overdose of heroin. That nigga's a bitch.
He a bitch.
Straight up hoe.
Ass.
We'll catch y'all episode 2, and in the midst of that, we'll do The Boys.
Yeah, we could do
The Boys review for me.
Yeah, for you.
Because I am into that shit. I am really into it. And yeah.
Always online, never on time.
What? Oh shit! Where did that come from? What is that from?
I don't know. I just came up with that.
I like it, man. You coming up with a lot of shit. Holy lordy, it's your 40. I'm loving that. It's in a fucking card.
Probably was on a card. That's probably where I got it from. I probably read it on a card like 5 years ago at Target. And it somehow stuck in the back of my head. Who knows? Maybe.
Now it's yours now.
But that, yeah, online, never on time. I just came up with that. Always faded.
Eating your meat. All right, listen. We're out.
What? Hey, whoa.
On your feet. They don't try to beat your meat.
We're out, you bastards.
Wow, yeah.
Make sure you guys keep listening. Make sure you guys liking it. Because, again, it helps us with the algorithms. Make sure you're subscribing if you haven't subscribed. And make sure you, I don't know, comment down below what you want us to do a top 5 to. Because actually, that's our next thing. We're going to do some more top 5s in this bitch.
Yes.
Do our top 5s. The last one was video games. Write in the comments what you want to see for our next top 5, and we're going to get it to you. Because that's what we do here at Jump to Hyperspace. We like to please our fellow pilots.
Yes.
Our
Wait,
fellow
what?
Co-pilots. Right? What are we gonna call these? What are we calling these people?
Passengers? What do you call attendants?
Passengers? Do they trust? You think they trust us to fly the?
Fuck no. They better
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say we need hella co-pilots.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't.
Ship.
If I don't trust us, I'm not trusting anybody else.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. We'll come up with a name. What do y'all think y'all should be called? Passengers? You want to be called passengers? Like Passenger 87? I hate that. I don't know.
Stowaways? What? Stowaways?
Stowaways.
Cargo?
Stowaways. It's our cargo. I like cargo and stowaways. But shout out to y'all, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
We love y'all, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, again, comment what you want to see next. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Or we'll see y'all episode 2 of Loki. It'll be, I'm sure we'll drop it that same day.
Probably, yeah. That same morning. Do it again.
Bet it up. We're staying up.
Do something, tell two something.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Jump to hyperspace. It's your co-pilots again, Jake, Ant. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Okay, bye.
Okay, you always end with the weird. I love it. Don't change for anything. Peace.
Come on. What did you expect?